So part 5 of the mind games he played. I hit him on the porch. We go through that whole little scenario. After I hit him, he had on a hoodie. He had the hood on, and the hoodie had the pocket, the big pocket in the front. When I hit him, when I actually connected with his jaw, his response was to reach in the pocket of the hoodie. Unbeknownst to me, there was a pistol in there. He pulls out the pistol and he points it at my head. So we're standing in the yard, the front yard of one of his properties, and he has a gun to my head. My response was, "You gonna shoot me?" You know, I bounced back like that. It was like a, "What are you doing? Like, are you serious?" kind of moment for me. He caught himself, and I could see in his eyes when he caught himself. It was like he snapped, you know. And once he caught himself and realized, "You're tripping. You're pointing a gun at her, and you were the one in the wrong," he instantly left. He walked around the house to the back of the house. I stayed in the front, because I knew he wasn't driving off. So I knew he wasn't going to leave me in the front yard because the car was around the other corner. So he goes to the backyard and he stays back there a few minutes. When he comes back, he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. So I'm assuming he went, put the gun up, and had a little talk with himself, because when he came back, he was rational. Okay, so let me take you to a hotel. I'm going to take you to a hotel by the airport, so they'll have a shuttle to take you over to the airport tomorrow for your flight. That's what I thought we were doing in the first place. So he agrees to that. He even agrees to pay for the room. Okay, thank you. You did just point a gun at me. This is what's running through my head. That's the least you can do. So he drops me off at the hotel. It's right across from the airport. They did have a shuttle that would take me over to the airport the next morning to catch my flight. He dropped me off, paid, he left. I went in the room, talked to myself, talked to Jesus, tried to understand, or try to like comprehend what had just happened. And so I did that all night until my flight the next morning. Got on my flight, came back to Houston. When I got back to Houston, he and I didn't speak for a couple weeks, because I was done. You know, like, you just pointed a gun at my head and you were the one in the wrong. So I was done. He called me back like a couple weeks later, and he tells me that, you know, he's truly sorry. He loves me. He doesn't know what he would do without me. He was tripping, you know, just showering it on. So after maybe a week of him apologizing and realizing that he was in the wrong for something, I forgave him. We were good for maybe a year and a half. No issues, you know, other than the norm, him being depressed and not answering the phone or calling back like he said he was going to. So I go out there for spring break. So as I'm there for this week, we are like all in love. Like 5-6 days. The day before, we were in love until the day that I was leaving. So this particular time, I had flown again. I didn't drive. We were good. Like, I thought we were awesome. I had an early morning flight. My flight was like at 8. So I needed him to get up so that he can take me to the airport, you know, avoid all the traffic since we were coming from the West Bank. He instantly, when I'm just tapping him. I'm tapping him in the bed. Babe, wake up. You got to take me to the airport. Come on, babe, wake up. He tells me, you the one got to go to the airport. Why don't you just take a Uber? I snapped. We've been good all week. Like, you are all up under me, kissing me, all week. We are up under each other. But when it's time for me to go to the airport, I got to catch an Uber like I'm a side piece. I snapped. And there was a TV tray sitting next to me. So when I snapped, the TV tray had a remote control and it had a cup of water on it. When he said what he said and I snapped, I just pushed over the TV tray, like, and just walked off and started packing my bag. So as I did that, he shot back with, don't turn over shit in my house. What the fuck? You can't be flipping shit over in here. And he charges me. When he charges me, he grabs my throat. Holding it very aggressively. I'm trying to get a hold of his shirt as he's grabbing me, and I'm gripping his shirt, hoping, praying that will get him up off me some kind of way if I just keep turning and turning at his shirt. He kept choking me. Choked me all the way to the ground. I fell. He's still choking me. I'm trying to fight him up off me. He stops. I roll over and I'm crawling to the front door. Like, I'm trying to get out of here. Warning, danger. I'm trying to get out. So I crawl over to the front door. I crack the door about this much. I get over there fast enough to crack it about that much. And through that crack, I'm yelling, help. He had made it to the door. That's why I was only able to get it cracked that much. So as he ran over to the door, I'm yelling, help, help, a couple times. He closes the door, grabs me by my legs, and drags me back to the living room where he was just choking me. He had hardwood floors in this house. So as he's dragging me back through the foyer onto the living room, a piece of wood from the hardwood floor sunk into my back. I have a scar about that long on my back still today. So I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding now. My neck is all red. My neck has scratch marks all over it. And now I'm bleeding on my back. Not to mention my knees are all bruised and bloody as well. Y'all stay tuned for part 6.